Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mr. Riley from Mr. Riley's World, coming to you live from the West Coast, the best coast, West Side. Hopefully you're doing well. We're doing well over here on the West Side. Well, today is day 3 of CEDA, the CEDA challenge, which is create every day in April. And so today I figured, since it's Sunday, that I would actually talk about a technology tip for churches, right? I am responsible for the live stream at my particular church. And so what I really want to do is kind of share, the uh, ultimate tool for live streaming now, seeing that, the pandemic kind of shut a lot of churches down and kind of forced us into figuring out what we could do to continue to worship online. And so, just like many churches in our nation or across the world, everyone was really, really scrambling. And so I think shortly after we went on lockdown, we'd figured out, ran into Ecamm Live. And so kind of want to talk about that, but I want to talk about my most embarrassing moment using Ecamm. Have you ever had an embarrassing moment? Maybe you fell down a flight of stairs, or maybe you bumped into a waiter at a restaurant, causing him to knock everything down off of his tray. Um, you know, what was your embarrassing moment? Go ahead and leave some comments in the section below, and I would really love to know what was your most embarrassing moment. And so in this video today, we're going to talk about my embarrassing moment. However, using Ecamm. However, I've leveraged Ecamm and kind of learned how to use Ecamm live for our worship service. And now it's pretty much, I'm pretty much proficient with using Ecamm. And I think it reaches a lot of our members. For those who are unable to come to our building, now we have in-person worship service, and so we kind of do a little bit of both. Well, not a little bit. We do a lot of both. We do both in person and online as well. So let me just quickly give you the quick scenario. So we found Ecamm Live, and we were all in, and actually I was all in, and just practicing several days before actually going live and really using Ecamm Live. Have prepped all of my slides, got the notes from my minister, and kind of created some things in Photoshop. And we set up on Sunday, and everything is looking good. And matter of fact, let me just kind of show you what happened. And so as we went live, we had a countdown. The countdown was fine. But as we, started to get into it, the countdown went all the way down to 0. But my camera, my Canon T2i, it was not being read, right? It was not being read by my computer. And so, several of the brothers, probably about 10 of us, were there, and I was the only one really who knew how to work Ecamm. And so we couldn't go with the camera that was mounted on the tripod. And I was just like, look, we will have to go with the camera that was on, the FaceTime cam. And so I don't know if you can see me in the video, but you see me kind of kneeling down at the bottom as the worship service is going on. Let me hit the play button, and you can kind of see me trying to get things going on. And so what was really funny, people were texting me, or texting my wife and texting some of the guys like, hey, we can see James's head in the shot. But yeah, I was trying to, utilize Ecamm because my main camera didn't work. And so let me just kind of scrub a little bit. You see my forehead still. And as the minister is speaking on this particular Sunday, I got my, graphics created in PowerPoint, but you still see my head. My head is still in the shot. And so we kind of had to regroup after this particular Sunday. I was really, really embarrassed because I felt that I let my congregation down in terms of worshiping online. And so we kind of scaled back and just went to continued to use Zoom as our main focal point for our online to deliver our corporate worship on Sundays. And so, I was not satisfied with that because I knew that Ecamm was the piece of software that was going to allow us to do what we needed to do. And so We probably regrouped until I was really, really confident that I had everything that was necessary. Putting in the hours, watching a lot of the videos from Adrian Salisbury, just trying to make sure that Ecamm was going to work when I was ready to pull the trigger and go back live. So we were testing out using Zoom in our balcony, trying to get the lighting correct, and just and then for a period of time, some of the guys had to, Zoom from their house, right? And so because we really couldn't, we're on lockdown. It really weren't supposed to be out as much, and so we were just experimenting with all different kind of ways of using Zoom. So I'm happy to say now, and you know what I'll do? I'll put a link to the video and that kind of shows my most embarrassing moment, but I'll also link a video to our current live streaming. So if you're interested in live streaming for your worship service, I think now we have it pretty set up. And so what I'll do on each of the Sundays in April, I'll kind of have like a technology tip for churches, and I kind of introduce Ecamm Live today, and then next week we'll talk about another feature of Ecamm Live as well. So with Ecamm Live, we're able to now set up different scenes for our worship service, and so of course we have a wonderful countdown, a timer, a couple of we get some of our graphics from Shift to Worship, and I think I put some of that information when we were doing Vlogmas. I kind of talked about Shift Worship, and we have our scenes for our speakers, for our songs, and things of that nature. And so it really flows. It's seamless, even though even though today all of our power went out in our building, and so everything had to reboot. But here's the thing, and why I love Ecamm. And so while everything was rebooting, our internet was rebooting, the power to the building was rebooting, when everything logged back in, especially into Ecamm, Ecamm recognized that our stream had stopped all of a sudden. And so when I went back to use it, it just prompted me, it just asked me if I wanted to resume the same live stream that I was on. And so, it was cool. It was seamless, and I was kind of happy. I thought I was going to have to create a different link for those who are watching on YouTube to follow along. But no, and within minutes of it being back up, we had our watch. Those folks who were watching prior to the power going on, they were back watching. It was almost kind of seamless, and so I'm really excited about Ecamm Live. And so if you're using Zoom, if you're using if you're using Facebook and you want to level up, it's still not too late to level up your live stream. Ecamm Live is a wonderful piece of software that will allow you to create different scenes and things of that nature. And so if I can go into live demo mode really quick, you kind of get a sense of what I'm talking about. I don't have all of the scenes that I use in my particular worship service. However, I will show you some of the scenes that I'm using in this particular profile that I have. So let's go to window. Let me see if I can go to live demo mode. Here it is. And you kind of see what I have under the hood as it relates to live demo mode. So here we go. You should be able to see my monitor here. And so over here we have scenes, which, whatever I want to show during my live stream. So over here I have my countdown. I'll click on it. It'll probably go mute. And so those are two of the countdowns. So just imagine having a countdown window or timer or some kind of media, welcoming media for your church or congregation, for your worship service. And then of course I have me as the main speaker. Hey, I have what I call me playing. They have a call to action. So here's my call to action. And since I'm here, why don't you go ahead and leave a like my YouTube channel. You can leave a comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you'll be notified anytime I drop a brand new video. And in fact, I will be dropping CEDA Challenge Day 4 tomorrow. So come back and check it out. Here I have some comments. So, if folks are watching, especially during our live broadcast, I can bring in some of their comments either from YouTube or Facebook, and I can show them here. Earlier today, I was talking about, my Peloton, and so, maybe this is, you're talking about maybe what's happening at your congregation by way of an announcement, right? So that can definitely go here, and I have different cameras set up as well. Let's see, I have what I call an overhead cam. So all of these scenes over here, you can actually program into Ecamm to do something else, something that you want to show, display, things of that nature. And so just imagine myself here speaking, and maybe over here on the right side, maybe it's a scripture or something. And so we also use Pro Presenter to kind of show some of our scriptures as well. So what I'll do next week is bring in some of the scenes from my actual worship service, and that way you'll get a better feel and flow of what Ecamm can do for you. So again, if you're already using Ecamm Live as an entrepreneur, as a web, as a live streamer, as a content creator, then you can probably, not necessarily worry about all this because you're already using Ecamm. Maybe you're using something else like vMix or OBS. And if you are using one of those two pieces of software, you might want to come over to Ecamm Live, because Ecamm Live is all the way live. So yeah, so what I'll do next week is I'll come back and show some of my scenes that I use for our worship service. Let me come out of live demo mode really quick and go back. There we go. So you should be seeing just my screen with me. And so what we'll do next week, we'll come back, talk a little bit more about Ecamm Live, some of the scenes I'll show you next Sunday. And then also what I'll do is I'll show you how we integrate Pro Presenter within Ecamm Live, because that's a popular software that churches are using as well to display lyrics or Bible scriptures and things of that nature. So that's what we'll do next week. All right. So thanks for watching. Come back next week and we'll talk about how to integrate Pro Presenter and Ecamm Live. It's a wonderful, wonderful situation. So, of course, I appreciate you watching, allowing me to talk about my most embarrassing moment with Ecamm Live. However, I was able to bounce back, and I love, not only do I love, I think the members at my work, at my church, they also love our ability to live stream the corporate worship service every Sunday morning. All right. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.